Alright everybody, welcome back to Mustangs by Matt. Today, we're going to be adding something that's sorely missing on the S550 Mustang. Underhood lighting. Let's get started, because this should have happened a long time ago. So the tools and parts you're going to need, we used a variety of kits. The main engine lighting comes from a truck bed lighting kit we got on Amazon, and the over engine LED is another kit that we got on Amazon. Both of those will be linked below. You're going to need a variety of electrical connectors, spade connectors, terminal connectors, weatherproof connectors, preferably if you can find them. A drill would be useful depending on how you want to install it. This is kind of like a generic tools and parts because everyone's going to have their own preferred way to install these. But for the electrical side, like I said, spade connectors, terminal connectors, weatherproof stuff, a wire stripper, pliers, needle nose pliers, crimping tools for the different size connectors that you may use. What's this thing called? I always forget.
Panel removal tool.
Panel removal tool. Heat shrink and fire put out to seal up the heat shrink. 10mm socket or a wrench to disconnect the positive and negative battery cables. That's everything you're going to need more or less to get the job done. First thing we need to figure out is where our lights are going to be, or where we want them. Second, we can figure out where the ground interrupt switch is going to go. Our battery is over there, so the positive and the ground is going to be over here, so we need to figure out where the end of our run is going to be, and then we can go back around to the other side of the engine bay. I think. This is all, basically make it up as you go along. But most times, when I make one of these videos, I kind of already have an idea of how it's going to go. Because generally it's pretty straightforward, but this is totally custom. There is no map, there is no installation guide. So you're kind of basically coming along for the ride with me. We need to figure out where this is going to get power from, so that'll tell us where our run is going to start and by extension where it will end. You've got this main bus bar right here that gets its power from the battery, and then it distributes it to everywhere else in the car. We can tap off of this for this purpose because there really isn't that much voltage current coming through here. So like I said, we already disconnected the battery, so it is okay to go ahead and loosen these wires, but we just have to remember to tighten them again. Otherwise it'd be a bad day. Alright, so I'm just going to go with this one right here, the one closest to the battery, because it's the lowest. I don't really know. I think I can hide the wire a little bit better if I go with that one. we've got power. So now we need to get ground. So to keep these lights from being on all the time, I got a little plunger switch here. And ahead of time, I went ahead and messed around with where in the engine bay would look, you know, the least like I just placed a switch here, because that would look a little out of place. But I'm thinking right there is going to be perfect. Once this is connected, this will be the other side of our ground. Once that's good and the hood is up, it will complete the circuit and the light will come on. And when we close it, it'll break the circuit and the light will turn off. Power on test. All right.
Hey, light.
Light from 3 of them. All right, so we've got a break right after that one. Pull these back up. This is why we test things, people. I don't know about you, but I would hate to do all this work, get it done, put everything back together, then find out something was wrong. There it is. All right. Where's my wires? Now it should work. How's that look?
It looks awesome.
Yeah? Alright, excellent. Alright, so we've got an extra length of LED that we want to put up here so that the whole engine bay can get lit and not just like around the edge, because what we noticed when we turned all the lights off was that you could see very clearly on the perimeter, but you can't really see on top. So if you had to like add oil or coolant or something, or you were looking for something on top, you may have a hard time. Part of the idea behind this is to hopefully look like it could be something Ford would have done. So we got this at Summit Racing. It was actually fairly inexpensive. It's not like your standard sort of perforated tubing. I forget what the exact name of that stuff is, but this looks, in my opinion, a lot cleaner than that plasticky stuff. And look at that. It's almost like it was made to go there. Now, we're just gonna, so we made a hole for this to stick through. Look at that. There it goes. Don't look at it too closely. I really don't understand why Ford didn't do something like this from the factory. But I guess that keeps the aftermarket in business, don't it? We fixed what Ford should have gotten right. Okay. Alright. So this is going to go somewhere about right there. So if we look to where this connector is coming through, it's right around here. So this is going to kind of come in somewhere along right here. We'll just kind of leave that. sort of loose for right now until we really figure it out. We've already taken some of this power for the hood, for the engine lighting. Now we're going to take some more of it for the... Are you all tired?
Hungry, yes.
Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. I don't believe we've met. I used to have a kid that looked just like you that lived here. He had a different name. All right, hand me that. Okay. Okay. All right, lighter. And I realized I was talking trash about this kind of cabling earlier, only to realize that this is the OEM Ford cabling.
Whoopsie.
We might be using that later, I'm not sure. What we're gonna do now is try to just kind of put the hood blanket back in place somewhat. At least with a couple of these. Grab one and put it in on the other side. Like basically like right here. There it is. See? Go ahead. There you go. Right here. One more down there. Oh, you already have one more.
Yeah, I have one now.
Alright. Alright, so that's gonna be good for right now. Alright. So when I hook up the negative battery terminal, all this should light up.
Alright. Woo!
We're gonna simulate darkness here. Well, daggum, that's not too bad, is it? So we've added a bunch of wiring, several switches, and a lot of components that were never designed to be there. So when we close it, we have to look, because like over here, we have to make sure that this wire doesn't get pinched. We have to keep a close eye on this to make sure that it doesn't interfere with something and damage itself or something else. So this has got to be very... Okay, so come here, I need your help. All right, hey, this, look at me. Stand up, hold this, okay? So I want you, don't close it, okay? Just pull the hood down, all right? Now go ahead. Ooh,
What?
it's close, but it is clear.
It just barely makes it past.
It just barely clears it, but it clears it. Wow. Oh boy. Okay. Alright, out of the way. Alright, so that was adding underhood lighting to the engine bay of the S550 Mustang. Realistically though, this could be applied to almost any car, truck, SUV. If you're looking for something else to watch, we recently added wireless charging to this car. That was a lot of fun. Beyond that, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. Be safe, have fun, and God bless America.
Am I in the shop?
No. Where that?
You missed. I figure that way if you need
Well, you
some
got
help.
a big enough head. I'm surprised.
Well, I have a big brain.
That's just what we told you. only way I can describe it is it's like Pringles. Isn't their slogan? You can't just have one, or you can't have just one, or...
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah, is that them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, once you pop, you can't stop is a lot better than if you have more than one, you have another one. I am 100% certain there's a better way to do this. Scissors. They're like small knives, but there's two of them. We come with the hard-hitting facts at Mustangs by Matt.